Leadership Development in Difficult Times. Welcome again to Leadership, Personality versus Character. Leadership development sessions whilst we're in this closed down situation because of the pandemic, but also useful at any other time. The theme of number 9 is sowing what we reap, and it surrounds the story of Absalom. We don't deal with problems, you will have to sow what you reap. The topic for number 9, the whole chapter, is reaping what we sow, and its subheading is the revolting Absalom. Here's the brief. The rebellion of Absalom was one of the most difficult periods of David's leadership and life. Yet the way he ultimately handled it leaves us with many powerful leadership principles, particularly in respect to handling conflict and tensions. And so it is that we need as leaders, so how do we handle conflict and tensions? This chapter will give you a lot of insight. Let me give you just 3 titles from within chapter 9. One of them is Core Issues, and the subtitle is You Must Discover the Core Issues to Tension. Another is The Human Spirit, and the subheading is The Human Spirit Reigns and communicates and dominates more than you realize. Another is The Charismatic Drive, and the subheading Observe and Understand Leadership Types in Conflict Environments. All useful, practical sessions. With the 12 chapters, we've tried not to make the worksheets all exactly the same. There's probably about 4 or 6 different ways in which we've done it. And so this is the worksheet from one of the sessions in chapter 12. Again, you've got notes which will give your leaders the background of the principle. This is session 8, Caring for Aged Leaders. And then it goes on, it gives you plenty of material to think about in terms of interacting. They can do that on the phone with their fellow leaders, by Skype, by emails, supporting scriptures, maxims to think about, and it's got quite a few different ways of looking at that. And then discussion questions, all helpful but done in different ways to keep your leadership group involved. The real issue is if we don't deal with tensions and problems that come up, we will actually be sowing weakness into the life of the church and the leadership development, because somehow some stuff gets sort of suppressed, but it's under the surface like a volcano, and up it'll come in months, possibly years. For David, it was nearly 8 years probably from the rape of Tamar to the rebellion of Absalom. You don't deal with stuff, that weakness becomes a strength of hostility under the surface that will one day just erupt. As we've mentioned, the worksheets are different in the way they're presented to keep your leadership development group involved. They're all print ready, so you can take the file, drop down 1 or 2 different sessions you want your leadership group to look at, mainly because you think that that's more relevant for your church. With 330 studies, you can obviously see that you have an enormous power of choice. We'd love you to contact us. You can see the email direction coming up on the screen. We'll send you a free copy of the introduction plus 3 samples. And we trust that you'll have a fabulous week building a great team.